Hi there, I'm James Dapperchi, and this is Coffee and a Case Note. So we've got some lottery winners. The pool is about $40 million, and the way the tickets were purchased was as part of a syndicate. And the members of the syndicate were largely fellow employees at a factory who pooled their money, gave it to the person organising the syndicate. The person organising the syndicate went and bought the lottery tickets and had a wonderful stroke of luck and ended up winning the great big giant jackpot. Now, what happened is that someone left out of that particular syndicate, but who were members of other syndicates set up in that workplace, commenced proceedings seeking essentially some of those funds, some of the winnings that arose from that other syndicate, if we put it that way. Now, the short version is that claim failed. That plaintiff was unsuccessful in trying to carve out some of those winnings, and subsequently unsuccessful on appeal. That's another discussion for another day. What I was hoping to chat to you guys about quickly today was costs, that exciting subject. Now, what usually happens in litigation is costs follow the event. So if someone succeeds in claiming some money, for example, from someone else, then what often happens is the court says, well, not only do you get that money that you claimed, you also get an order that the losing party pays your costs. And that order is for costs on what might be thought of as or might be described as the ordinary basis, which is costs that the court would consider reasonable. And we don't like putting percentages on these things, but sometimes we do, and sometimes the percentages are something like 60%, 70%, but that's another discussion for another day. Now, there's another type of cost called indemnity costs, and indemnity costs try to be what they sound like. They try to indemnify the party who's paid their lawyers for all the amounts they've paid, or reasonably close to all the amounts they've paid. And so often in litigation, particularly commercial litigation, you'll see disputes about, should the cost order I got, should it be an ordinary cost order, just a normal, and I'm not going to repeat those numbers that you heard them before, or should it be this more generous indemnity cost order? So one of the arguments that are made in support of an indemnity cost order are that an offer was made, and the offer can be made pursuant to a decision. Sorry guys, it's a silly project I'm doing for work.
I don't want to hear about a cost order.
No? I hope you didn't have one made against you at any time.
I was trying to have breakfast.
Hopefully not. Sorry to do it to you. And so there we are, we're ruining people's breakfast with apology, and we're chit-chatting about cost orders. So there's an English decision called Calderbank and Calderbank, where in essence we've got parties, one of them rejected an offer. That rejection was found to be unreasonable, and so from the date that offer was made, an order for indemnity costs on that more generous basis was made. And there's a similar set of rules called the Uniform Civil Procedure Rules, where you can make an offer pursuant to the rules, and if that offer is unreasonably rejected or unreasonably allowed to lapse, then there can be indemnity cost consequences from that. So in our matter, back to our lottery ticket syndicate matter, what happened was that a number of offers were exchanged. Now our plaintiff, the person claiming the matter, firstly said, hey look, I'll take 2.5 million. That offer was not accepted. The defendants who were defending the claim said, look, we'll offer 50,000. That was not accepted. Then the plaintiff responded with 1.6. That was not accepted. 300. That was not accepted. 1 million. That was not accepted. The matter didn't settle because it went ahead to litigation. Now what the defendants said, the people who were in the winning syndicate who didn't want to share the proceeds with the person claiming it, said was, because we made these offers and you would have got some money if you'd accepted them, you ended up getting zero money, so it was unreasonable for you to reject those offers, and so we should get indemnity costs from the time of them. Now, you might see the logic there, but what the court found was that each of those offers was derisory. It was essentially an offer to walk away. because the amount of legal costs that the plaintiff had incurred then actually exceeded the amount of the offers, and so the offers were essentially derisory. Go away, here's a tiny bit of money. But they weren't a real sort of genuine attempt at compromising. And so what the court found, and what was not overturned on appeal, was that the basis of the orders, so the nature of the orders, is that they would remain ordinary costs orders. So what flows from that, I say, is that the simple mechanics of saying, well, I offered you a better offer than you ended up getting in final hearing, so I should get indemnity costs. That is a little bit oversimplistic, and lawyers and clients and everyone need to be a little bit cautious when they're reflecting on the operation of offers and the operation of indemnity costs and all that sort of stuff. I hope you have a great day. I look forward to joining you again soon for another coffee and another case note. Cheers.